The second Mateo walked through the door for winter break, I knew I was fucked. 22, built like a fucking brick shithouse, and he looked at me like I was a goddamn puzzle he was dying to solve. And I thought, well, this is either going to be the most entertaining 3 weeks of my life, or the reason I end up in therapy. Let's be honest. I'm 43. I'm the hot stepmom. I know the role. I wear the leggings. I make the awkward jokes at dinner. I pretend I don't notice when Noah's friends check me out. It's a fucking game. But Mateo? He didn't just check me out. He studied me. Like, he was memorizing the way I put cream in my coffee. Like, the way I bent over to get a pan from the low cabinet was a live-action biology lesson he was taking notes on. The first night, I walked past the guest room he was staying in. Door was open. He was just standing there, shirt off, doing some stupid stretch. I stopped. I didn't mean to stop. My feet just fucking glitched. He caught me. Didn't flinch, just gave me this slow, lazy smile and said, "Sorry, just cooling off. This house runs hot, doesn't it?" I laughed it off, called him a fucking show-off, walked away. I thought of my husband upstairs. The thought lasted half a second, but my heart was pounding like I'd just run a marathon. That was day 1, and I knew, in that moment, I was already in trouble. By day 3, the tension was so thick you could fucking taste it. It was in every glance across the dinner table. Every time our hands brushed when he passed me a dish. Noah was oblivious, buried in his video games. I was a grown woman, a wife, a stepmother, sitting on the couch pretending to read a book, while Mateo sat on the floor, leaning against the couch so close I could smell his fucking soap. Cedar and something sharp. I wasn't reading a single word. I was counting the seconds until Noah went to bed. When Noah finally said goodnight, it felt like a starting pistol went off in my chest. I sat there, frozen, pretending to be engrossed in my novel. Mateo didn't move. He just turned his head, looked up at me from the floor, and said, "You haven't turned a page in 20 minutes. "It's a really good sentence," I said, my voice higher than normal. He grinned. "Is it about parental bedroom pillow fights?" My stomach dropped. I looked down at him. "What the hell are you talking about?" He shrugged, that innocent psychopath move. "Just wondering. You seem like you have a lot of pent-up energy. Maybe you need to let it out." He stood up, stretched, and that fucking shirt rode up. "I'm a good wrestler? Just saying." He walked away, left me there, burning. I went to my room, laid in bed next to my husband, and listened to him snore. I stared at the ceiling for an hour, my mind replaying that grin. And that's when the thought hit me. The dark, filthy, buried one. Sife, I did. The next afternoon, Noah went to the store, said he'd be an hour. Mateo was in the kitchen. I came in, my heart a war drum, and I grabbed a pillow from the living room on my way. I walked in, tossed it at his head, and said, "You think you're a good wrestler? Prove it, you arrogant little shit." His eyes lit up. It was like watching a predator realize the gazelle just walked into the fucking cage. He caught the pillow, and for a second, it was a real pillow fight. Feathers flying, stupid laughs, the whole bit. But then I went for a cheap shot, tried to shove him, and he caught my wrist. He spun me, slammed me back against the kitchen island, and pinned my arms above my head. One hand held both my wrists. The other pressed flat on the counter beside my hip, caging me in. We were both breathing hard. The laughter died. His face was an inch from mine. "You're stronger than you look," I whispered. A stupid thing to say. My brain was short-circuiting. "You're more trouble than you look," he breathed back, and then his mouth was on my neck. Not gentle, not asking, just taking. I let out a sound, half moan, half fucking prayer, and my body betrayed every single moral I'd ever told myself I had. I didn't push him away. I grabbed the back of his head and pulled him closer. My husband's bedroom was 20 feet away. I could see the edge of our marriage bed from where I stood. We didn't make it to the bed. That's the embarrassing part. Not that it happened, but where we ended up on the floor of the goddamn pantry. The walk-in one with the canned goods and the bulk toilet paper, because we heard the garage door opener. Noah was back. Early. My brain went into overdrive. I shoved Mateo back, pulled my shirt down, and we both dove into the pantry, shutting the door just as I heard the front door open. We stood there in the dark, him pressed against me, both of us sweating, my heart trying to punch its way out of my ribs. The silence was so loud. Noah called out, "Mom, you here?" And I had to answer, my voice cracking, "Yeah, just, looking for a snack." A snack. I was hiding my stepson's roommate in the pantry after making out like a fucking teenager, and I told him I was getting a snack. I could feel Mateo's silent laugh shaking against my back. I wanted to die. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to do it all over again. Every time Noah's footsteps came near, Mateo's hand would tighten on my hip. I stopped breathing, and I started wanting. We stayed in there for 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. Surrounded by boxes of pasta and the smell of fear and his stupid cologne, we didn't touch. We barely breathed. When we finally heard Noah's game start up in the living room, we slipped out. Mateo just looked at me, his eyes dark, and whispered, "We're not done." And that was 3 days ago. Now I'm walking around this house, the hot stepmom, with a secret that feels like a ticking bomb. The guilt isn't what you think. It's not about my husband. It's the adrenaline. It's the fact that I've started leaving the pantry door unlocked at night. I've started wearing the robe that's just one tug away from open. I catch myself thinking, what if he comes? What if he just walks in here while Noah is asleep in the next room? Mateo is leaving in 2 days. 2 days. And the thought that's eating me alive, the one I haven't told a single soul, is that I'm already planning how to get him alone again. I'm already mapping out the soundproofing in my head. I'm a 43-year-old woman, and I'm scheming like a goddamn criminal. I went to bed early tonight, pretended I had a headache. I'm lying here in the dark, listening to my husband breathe. My phone is in my hand. I just sent a text to Mateo. 5 words. Pantry. Midnight. Don't be late. I sent it before I could stop myself. The 3 dots appeared instantly. He'd been waiting. The 3 dots are bouncing on the screen. And from downstairs, the soft creak of a door opening.